start very quickly. We're going to have two parts in this presentation. One will be around the business itself, what we're doing. What is SETO? All right, this community we're building, we want to build a racket sports community. So we're going to tell you a bit more about that. And in the second part, Pedro, the Chief Technical Officer of SETO, who had the vision about cryptocurrency, about decentralization of the racket sports economy, going to get into more details about rationales for using the blockchain technology in this platform, and also about the vision that we have on the mid and also long term. So I will start immediately. If you have questions, please just let me know as well, stop me. So as you see, our slogan is make the world play together. That's really our vision. That's what we want to bring to the world. We want to make people play together. I talked already a bit about the agenda. We're going to talk about SETO, but of course, after, we're going to talk about the initial coin offering. So the first thing I want to explain you what happened 3.5 years ago. I'm personally a tennis player, an amateur tennis player, and I'm passionate about tennis since I'm a kid. Tennis brought so many good things in my life, amongst other certain friends that are here, you know. But unfortunately, we realize, not just myself, but most of the tennis community, we're getting bored when we go to the tennis clubs today. There's a real issue there. It's very difficult to connect. The formats of tournaments are not that fun. The people are less and less into tennis, all right? If you look at the professional tennis, you see all this digitization. That's amazing what they have for the professional tennis. But in terms of amateur, nothing has changed at all. So we thought that we need to change that. We thought we need to bring a bit more digitization to the world. We need to bring people together. We need to make the world play together again, like it was in the old times, in the 80s, where you meet when you're in a tennis club. You meet, you set up a match, you know, for the day after, etc. And it was great at that time. So what we trying to set up, what we launch, the product we launch, or the solution we have for these problems. It's three solutions, really. We have three products. One is, of course, an app that connects players. In other words, what we want to do with that app is give the possibility to any player to find a partner wherever he is at any time. In other words, if I want to play tomorrow, I'm in Madrid, I'm not from here, but if I want to play in Madrid tomorrow, I would get on my app and find a partner, or join a match where they miss a partner, or find a coach, or find a clinic and join the clinic. Okay, that's that idea about finding a partner, also about booking a court, because you need to book the court, or why not to register to a tournament, all these things that make you play. And also, of course, because this app is also a social network, it's useful to communicate very easily. You know, very easily, instantly. From time to time, you don't want to have your tennis friends on your Facebook. Maybe it's a bit more private, or on your Twitter, on your whatever, on your Snapchat now. So, but on SETO, you have your tennis friends, your tennis buddies you're going to play with. You want to know what they're doing. You don't necessarily want to share your cat stories, you know, but okay, for tennis, I want to partner and play, etc. So that was the first product, the app. The second product we will launch a bit later. We're going to have plenty of news in the coming weeks anyway. We're going to launch a universal, unisex, dynamic, and peer-to-peer ranking. So universal, why? Because in France, for example, if I tell you I'm -4, very few people here is going to understand what it is. And the same with an English guy saying he's 3.5, and an American guy saying he's 1.5, and a Belgium guy saying is B -15. It means nothing, right? There is no universal language. And today, it's not normal. We're in tennis. We are one world. We are a community. With technology, it's not normal. We're not all together. So it's universal. But it's also unisex. Very important. Once again, our vision is really what drives us. Make the world play together. It's maybe a bit more than just a vision for a company. It goes far beyond sport, actually. And of course, why can't we compete ladies and men's together. If I play a tennis tournament tomorrow or a paddle event or whatever, I cannot compete with a lady. And we think it's not normal. So we have one ranking that is also unisex, men and women together, finally. And of course we have dynamic. Why? Because each time you play, the ranking is updated. It's not like in certain cases, most of ranking, official ranking, you have to wait 1 year, 3 months, 1 month in the best cases to get your ranking updated. Just think, we were talking this morning about that, but just think if the kids playing e-games have to wait 1 year to get their result after their e-games and to get their position changing in their ranking, that would be no sense. Nobody would do that. It makes no sense. But we're doing this in tennis. And it doesn't make sense at all. So we want to change this. We want a ranking that is far more dynamic. And the fourth part, very important, the peer-to-peer. We believe in decentralization. We believe in peer-to-peer interactions. We believe that we don't necessarily need somebody to tell us when we have to compete and where. We think that if I want to compete, for example, with Olivier, well, we're going to play a match, like a training match, whatever, and we're going to decide, yeah, okay, it's official for us. We put it in CTO, it's going to count. We don't need to participate to a tournament and official championships. Not that the official championships and official competitions, etc., will be discontinued. That still have the value. But we need as well to be able to decide when we want to compete. So peer-to-peer is very important. And what gives the officialization of the ranking in this case is not a third party. It's the very technology. It's the blockchain technology. So I don't know, we're not going to talk about blockchain now. Pedro will tell you a bit more. I think some of you who understand what's the blockchain, which is the technology behind the Bitcoin and of course the SETcoin, will understand, right? At the end of the day, this is exactly the same thing as with a currency, a cryptocurrency. You don't need a third party to officialize the transactions in a Bitcoin, for example. The same way we don't need a third party in this case to officialize the result. That's exactly the same thing. So it leads me very naturally to the third product. After the app, after the ranking, the third product is the SETcoin, is the cryptocurrency of tennis, the cryptocurrency of all racket sports. What we want in there is not just a currency to pay things on the platform and to ease transactions. It's not just this. It's much more than this. Once again, coming back to our vision that drives all our steps in this business, what we want is to incentive and reward the most active players. The more you play on CTO, the more you organize match, the more you organize tournaments, the more you're going to earn SETcoins. We're going to get back as well later on the tokenomics and whatever we're going to do, but we have 40% of the tokens we're going to put on sales as a reserve to incentive as well and to do promotion, but also to incentive that network of ambassadors. We call them our heroes. They are really heroes. You know, of course, the ones who win tournaments, they are heroes and they are there, but they get so many, they're already rewarded, I guess. So we want to reward the other guys, the one that lose, like me, but also who organize and who are passionate and who are real heroes of the sport. Make the world play together, they are the heroes of this. They are the ones that makes people play together because they organize, because they're in the clubs, because they're passionate, and they don't ask anything in return. So we're going to give them, okay? So that's the philosophy a bit and the idea around the SETcoin. So it's not just a cryptocurrency. Many people here ask us, cryptocurrency, tennis, what is that? It's this, okay? It's really rewarding the most active players as well as a transaction tool. So let's go to the next slide. I think we talk about that. This is the core products. I just want to do a quick one as well. In terms of our go-to-market plan or strategies, all right? Some of you might know us for management software because we started 3.5 years ago thinking we're not going to go straight to players with the app because there's nothing worse than going to a party with nobody in the party, you know? So what we thought is we're going to first start with grassroots. What we want it is to be very strong with federation, with club, who also are heroes. They organize so many matches, so many competitions. So we want to work with federation. And I thank some of the representatives of federation here to be with us as well, because that's very important. We want to work with federation. We are promoting blockchain, which is the technology that gets rid of third party, but we're promoting really federation. We are not at all against federation. That's very important to understand. We work with federations and with organizations and with clubs and everybody. So we're starting by developing certain strategic divisions to allow us to get more users before we invite them really to the big party, and this is today. So what we did is basically developing one division that is SETO software, or we call it SETO Soft. We offer software for managing clubs, federations, for instance, to the world, to the entire world. The second division that is strategic is SETO events. We're also starting organizing events, or we provide the technology and the software to organize events powered by SETO, events powered by SETO. In this regard, we had as well a lot of success. The largest tennis competition is not Roland Garros, it's not Wimbledon, it's not US Open, it's an amateur tournament. There are 30,000 players in this tournament, and it's organized through our platform. Okay. The third strategic division is very important to us. Olivier is in charge of all this program. I will introduce you as well to all the team just a bit later. It's SETO Force. SETO Force is a network of ambassadors. We want thousands of ambassadors. Certain brands are here today as well, and I thank them as well. Some have traveled just for being with us today. Brands have thousands of ambassadors in the world, 10,000 ambassadors. People, they give rackets, material, you know, coaches, players. We want to be the same. We want to be local. We want all these ambassador players, people who organize matches. We want them with us. We want them recognized by us as well. And we want to work with them very closely. So that's why we want to set that team of thousands of ambassadors that we're going to reward as well with SETcoins. And we call it SETO Force. And the fourth division, it's not in this presentation. It's a bit new. I won't spend too much time on this one either, but we're going to launch a TV in the occasion of SETO, in the occasion of a tournament in just before Wimbledon. So it's more an amateur TV, all right? It's more amateur, but we're also going to have a couple of top events and, of course, behind the scene content. The content strategy is going to be very important as a social network. So that's the fourth product, SETO TV. Okay. Sorry. Okay. So just a bit of stats. Right now we have a bit. We have about 35,000. Well, in per month, but globally per year we have about 150,000 right now users, active users. In terms of page views as well, we reach already the 1.5 million page views a month. So we have already traffic. That's what I told you through these different strategies with products like the SETO Soft, SETO events, etc. We reach certain number of people. So that's why as well we were motivated to start with getting to the world and now spreading the word and getting straight to the players. And that's what we're doing right now with this launch. Okay. What we can as well say, I spoke a bit about certain partnership we have in terms of federation. We are with the USPTA, the US Professional Tennis Association. We are their official platform for club management, for tournament management. I told you about the tennis tournament, the biggest in the world, the National Tennis Cup, the British Tennis Coach Association. We have the International Paddle Federation as well. So no tennis, but also we are present in paddle. Many national federations in paddle manage their whole business through us. So we've been able in 3.5 years to reach good metrics and very strong partnerships throughout the world. So it's time now to introduce you as well to the team. So we start with Julie, our operation manager. She's been with me since the beginning. She's the first one who joined me in this adventure, and I thank her in this occasion as well for all the great work and the great energy and everything you've been doing and you will keep doing for us. I'd like to introduce you as well to Montse, our COO as well, an old friend that joined as well the project and brought so much in terms of structuring the project. Olivier, who is he joined us only this year in January, but Olivier is very close to the project for 1.5 years. Olivier is in charge of the global marketing. He's also going to have a strong focus on certain business development in certain areas like Germany and of course the US as well. He's going to be quite focused as well on the specifics of the SaaS CTO software development and CTO force development. And Olivier is also setting up a great platform. He already has a strong e-commerce, and he's gonna as well manage our e-commerce development. So it's gonna be also a very strategic point for us in the future, the integration of e-commerce in our platform. And last but not least, Pedro, who had the vision of the ICO. He's our Chief Digital Officer. He preferred to be called Chief Digital Officer rather than Technical Officer, because he's also really doing all the digital marketing and much more. He's really in charge of the strategy and everything we're going to talk about now in terms of the SETcoin, etc., was led and envisioned by him. So I prefer him to continue with you now and taking you through the beauty of the blockchain and the SETcoin. Thank you very much.
Okay, how are you doing? Good, thank you. Well, I will continue in English. So afterwards, if you have any question, I will be glad to answer you. What I'm going to tell you about the SETcoin, the blockchain, and our ICO. I know most of the people here know about blockchain, know about cryptocurrencies, know about this kind of technologies, but some of them have never heard about that. I'm mistaken? Who in this room knows about blockchain? It's half, a bit more than half. It's a good start. I try not to make it too complicated, because then we don't. One thing we're trying to do is to make it simple, because sometimes when you talk about technology, when you talk about blockchain, when you talk about cryptos, people are scared. We don't want to make it too complicated. We don't want to make it difficult to people to understand and to use. So I want to try to make it quite simple. And at the end of the day, if you have any more sophisticated question or tech question, you can ask me at the end of the presentation. So I think you will appreciate that. Let's start by a video we have on our webpage. So it's quite self-explanatory, and it explains how we are going to work with our cryptocurrency, with our ICO, and it's going to be available in YouTube and in our webpage. So you're welcome to see it.
Did you know that despite the huge popularity of racket sports, with a total of 650 million players, 500,000 clubs, 450,000 coaches, and 600,000 competitions organized each year, tennis is the second worst digitized sport in the world. The world has never been so connected through technology, but still, 57% of tennis players who stopped playing over the last 2 years say it was because they couldn't find a partner. Far from today's successful decentralized and global models of development triggered by the digitalization of our society, racket sports have been left behind, offering a less and less appealing future for players and organizers, including a static ranking and old-fashioned competition system that requires slow and expensive third-party validation and management. Only the top players get rewarded, and not the ones effectively engaging in the community at grassroots and adding value to it. With over 20 partnerships with some of the most important racket sports institutions in the world, such as the USPTA, the International Padel Federation, and the NTC, the largest tennis tournament in the world, as well as hundreds of clubs using our services, SETeo is an established business that offers a complete set of solutions to the racket sports community. An app for the players connecting the entire community. A universal and unisex ranking system to compete anytime and anywhere. And now, the SETcoin, the currency of tennis to pay and get rewarded. As a player, you will use the app to find other players, coaches, competitions, or matches near you, communicating with the whole racket sports community in real time. With the SETcoin, you will be able to pay your court bookings, classes, competitions, watch video content or live tennis on Seteo TV, or even play your fantasy game. And why not? Send for free SETcoins to any other player. It's your everyday racket currency. And what is more interesting, anytime you play a match, book a court, or go to a competition, you earn SETcoins. The more active players are, the more they will earn, so their activity will increase thanks to the incentive. Players will be more active, and organizers will see more demand for their services, and then more demand for SETcoins, while supply lasts. At the same time, SETcoins open the door to new and imaginative ways to earn extra income through your passion. Let's look at an example. If any match in a sport or area is sponsored by a local brand and the organizer gets SETcoins for each new match, why not organize more matches or leagues in this community? This flywheel will make the network grow, making the SETcoin more valuable and increasing again the incentive to the players to be even more active. To summarize, in Seteo, all network participants will work together towards a common goal: the growth of the network and the appreciation of the SETcoin. Behind the scenes, an artificial intelligence engine is working all day long, non-stop, proposing matches, competitions, players, and updating in real time the Seteo ranking after each match. And at the end, the blockchain itself will handle everything: officializing matches, results, player IDs, stats, and the ranking in a decentralized network of players where no third party is needed. This way, Seteo gives power back to the players. Welcome to the decentralized racket sports economy.
So did you like it? So then I'm done, and it's everything I was going to explain is on the video. So let's go to start ranking something. But anyway, I will try to explain something and some details. Again, not too much details, but I think something that could be interesting for you. The first one is why blockchain. For those who doesn't know what is blockchain, I could try to explain it very easily. Blockchain is basically a network of computers all over the world, connected through software, I would say. And what they offer is just a paper, a book, where everything that is right in there, it's always on the same time in every single computer. Nobody can cheat it, nobody can modify it. So anything that is right in there is there forever. Okay? This is some explanation about what is a blockchain. And there are many things over there, but just keep this concept in your mind. A blockchain is a network of computers where everything you write there stay there forever. It's transparent. Everybody could see what is there. Everybody could share the content. I mean, it's forever there. You don't need to know anything about that anymore than this. And how are we going to do that? How are we going to use the blockchain to make all these things we want to do? We're not going to do anything on the blockchain. The blockchain is not a solution for everything. It's just a solution for certain things we're going to do, people want to do. It's not the solution for everything. It's just a solution for some parts. We're going to use the blockchain basically for a player identification system. People here from federation, from clubs, I'm sure you have many problems identifying players, because sometimes a player is called Pedro, sometimes it's called Pedrito, sometimes it's called Pierre, and it's quite difficult to have a unique identification. So one of the things we're going to launch, and it's going to be on the blockchain because it's going to be shared among everybody in the world, is an identification system for each racket sport player. Okay, so that way you will have your own identity, and nobody in the world could supplant you. You could be your own boss of your own identity. The second thing is a way to officialize a match. So Pierre explained you that before the rankings needed some referees, some institutions to validate the result. But why if I play against Olivier and we agree on the result, and whether we need someone else to validate the result? If we agree on that, and we trust each other, and we trust our network of friends or of ambassadors, whatever, and we just need each other of us to agree on that, and then the blockchain will do the rest. The blockchain will keep that result, and we store there forever. Okay, that's something that it's like wrote right on a stone. It's something that it's going to be forever, and our result won't be modified for anyone in any time. The third thing we're going to do with the blockchain is to store all that information. So imagine we are now SETeo, and we store results or matches in our database, but we don't hope so. But perhaps SETeo will disappear in a few years. What are those players going to find that information? That information is going to be stored on the blockchain, and nobody will care about who insert that information on the blockchain, because it's going to be there forever. And I will explain that later, but we're going to share all that information with third-party companies out there for other software solutions, for any institution that wanted to join to the solution. But it's going to be there for free for anybody in the world, now and in the future. And the fourth thing is the machine that makes this kind of intelligent algorithm. Right now, how do you say that Nadal is better than Djokovic? I would say because they won more matches or they won more tournaments. But as Pierre told you, we want to make a dynamic ranking system that it's based on your skills, on your real matches, on your day-to-day play. And this kind of algorithms are quite complicated to implement. We're going to implement, and sometimes people are scared about that because it's a word that is mistaken sometimes. We want to implement an artificial intelligence system to handle that information, and all that information is going to be managed through the blockchain. So we're going to use the blockchain basically for player ID, for validation of matches, for store results, for the management of the ranking. And this is for the the internal things, for the engine of the system. But over there, we want to launch the SETcoin. The SETcoin is a currency that is going to work over that blockchain, and that it's going to allow us to reward people for playing, for attending competitions, for attending to clinics, to play. I don't mean to play with the PlayStation. I play out there. Okay, so it's a cryptocurrency. It's a virtual thing, but with impact on the real thing, on the real world. And for those who are a bit more techy, our goal in the long term is to somehow to disappear. It could sound strange, but it's. How many of you know what is a protocol? Well, perhaps some of you. But our aim is at the long term is to become an open protocol that anybody in the world, any software, any institution could join and make this community universal and completely global. Well, this is just a very easy slide about how is our technology. I want to bore you more about that, but basically we offer a cloud solution with the latest technologies like Java, and Angular. It's kind of stuff that most of you doesn't care about that. But the beauty of that system is that it's not a closed system. It's an open system based on APIs. Some of you will hear about that. That will allow us to connect our system to any other system out there. And obviously, we're going to use the blockchain, but we are not going to do a new blockchain. We are going to use an existing blockchain, which is called Ethereum, for those of you who know about that. And on the video, you saw this slide, and for me, it's the most important thing on the concept of the SETcoin. The SETcoin is something that you could buy, you could send, you could sell on the open markets and inside CTO. But the most important thing for me is you could get rewarded for your activity. You could get rewarded for attending matches, competitions, and even for organizers. And what does it mean? If you get something for free or for playing, you would play more because you get more incentive to do that. But at the same time, if you get more incentive, you would get more coins, and those coins should come from some place. And we have a limited number of coins. So at the same time, you want to earn more coins. The number of coins is limited. So somehow the price of the coins are going to be higher, and you're going to be more incentive to play because the price is higher. So it's a flywheel that will let you be more active, participate more in matches, attend more to competitions, and it opens the door to even, why not, to make Uber for tennis or something like that. If you are a coach, if you are our organizer, whether you want to organize matches into your community, into your club, because the players will get coins, you will get coins, and all of the community will take profit of that activity. So the more the players are active, the more the community will grow, and the more the whole ecosystem will grow. So that's the beauty of the SETcoin. It's not just a currency to speculate or to buy things. It's a currency that reward people and get them more involved into the tennis or paddle or squash or badminton world. And so this is, if you know about blockchain, the next question, you know about Bitcoin, some of you, and you know about ICOs, is perhaps less than before. But we have our SETcoin. You have one? This is not a real SETcoin. This is just for collectors. But the SETcoin is a cryptocurrency that we have in our system, and we need to sell them to the public. We need to give them to the community to start moving this wheel. How do we do it? We do it using a process which is called the ICO, the initial coin offering. Most of you will have heard about that. But it's a process that takes a few months, and during this month, we're going to sell and to distribute these tokens to the community, to the investors, and this process is divided into different stages. The first stage is called the pre-sale, which already started last Monday, and it will last till the 15th of July, and it's only available for players or for members of our community, and the price of each SETcoin is 3 cents of dollar. So it's a price which is fixed during this period, and you could get it just using your credit card on our platform for this price until the 15th of July, and you will get also a bonus of 15% after this period. But it's something we want to make, not to going outside directly to the blockchain investor and this kind of people, but we want to build a big community of players that wanted to be part of this world. We wanted to get SETcoins for them in the long term, and really to use it in the platform, in the tennis world. And after that period, from the 15th of July to the 23rd of September, we're going to be open to the whole crypto world. So this is called the public sale. So, and well, the dates are selected thinking about strategic periods. We started here in the Madrid Open, and the 15th of July it's at the end of Wimbledon, and the 23rd of September is at the end of the US Open. So we're gonna do presentation of all these different events around the world, which is called a roadshow. We're gonna spread the word about the crypto. We're gonna spread the word about our project. We have some ambassadors already on board. We have some ambassadors that are joining us in the last hours and in the coming weeks. We will announce them in our social networks. And our goal over this process is to sell around $20 million in tokens. Okay, so it's a process that it's gonna take 4 months, and we're gonna visit different countries. I'm gonna do a roadshow, and any one of you who are interested or who are willing to get in contact with us, we have conditions for private or for big investors, so we'll be happy to discuss conditions with you. One thing people think or ask about the ICOs is where is these tokens coming from, and how many tokens there are, how many tokens are for each of the members of the community on sale. Basically, our aim is to just the small numbers, but the big numbers are 1/3 of the tokens will be on sale, 1/3 are going to be for reserve to reward people in the community on the coming years, and 1/3 are going to be for investors, team, developers, and this kind of people. And the token sale, basically, we want to once we got that money, we're gonna use them basically into 4 different areas. One is the product development, one is the operations and legal aspect, and one thing is marketing communication, another is community rewarding. And we have a complete roadmap for the from the beginning of SETeo, and for the present and for the coming months. I don't want to bother you much about the details. The details are on the website, but we have a forecast for the coming months to release the new versions of the app, the new versions of the platform, the new developers on the blockchain, SETeo TV, and these kind of things. So you have plenty of information regarding our roadmap. As a conclusion of our presentation, you want to do it, or as a conclusion of the presentation, and well, it's kind of takeaway message. Well, I think we wrote 3 points, but I miss perhaps one. We are cool guys, so yeah. Well, the 3 points you should take away from this presentation is the first one is what we are going to present here. It's not just a crypto, it's not just a startup, it's not whatever you think. It's something that it could really change in this world. We believe on that, and many people that we are in contact think the same. So if you heard about the presentation, we're going to launch a universal ranking system. We're going to incentive people. So it's not another thing. It's something that could be huge and could be not only huge, but could change the life of, at least not the whole life, but the life of people that is in the tennis and paddle and squash, in the rocket sport world. The second thing is that the coin we are launching this week, the SETcoin, is not yet another coin. It's not a coin that has only value out there, like speculative value. of course, it could have one speculative value. It could be traded like investment, in my opinion, a good investment. But it has a real value inside the platform. It has a real value to buy products, services, and to reward people. So it has everything to be not only a coin, a currency, but also something that could be part of these people. And the third point, I told you before, it's, in my opinion, in the opinion of my colleagues, my team, and most of the people we talk about that, it's a great opportunity because to invest, because we are just launching it. The price is it's low. It's just 3 cents. Come on, guys! It's not a big deal. And we think a lot. We think it's gonna be a great opportunity, not only because of the price, because the amount of money we're gonna raise, but because of the market size, which is quite big, and the way we're doing that. We are not doing that into, I don't know, into 3 weeks, try to get a lot of money inside, and then we see what happens with the money. We've been working for 4 years to build that community. We are not in a hurry. We're going to be here for the long term to build, to really build a big community and to be part of this world. So join us and welcome.
Okay, so I think well, we can start. You were very shy, or nobody drink anything. So please go ahead, and as Pedro said, the whole team is here for you. Very happy to talk to you about anything. If you have questions, it could be technical, whatever you need, you know, or just say hi. But we are here for you. So just enjoy, and enjoy as well a bit of great tennis today. And yeah. That's it. Thank you again very much for joining again.